Project management is the process of leading the work of a team to achieve all project goals within the given constraint. The information is usually described in project documentation created at the beginning of the development process. The primary constraints are scope, time, and budget. The secondary challenge is to optimize the allocation of necessary input and apply them to meet predefined objectives. Second, the objective of project management is to produce a complete project which comply with the client's objective. In many cases, the objective of project management is also to shape or reform the client's brief to feasibly address the client objective. Once the client objectives are clearly established, they should influence all the decisions made by other people involved in the project. For example, project manager, designer, contractor, and subcontractor. A project is a temporary unit endeavor designed to produce product, service, or result with defined beginning and end, usually time constrained and often constrained by funding or staffing. Undertaken to meet unique goals and objectives, typically to bring about beneficial change or added value. The second one is cycle life of project management. First, initiation. Second, plan. Third, execution. And fourth, closure.
I will discuss Chapter 2 about Project Manager role, Project Manager responsibilities to project, and the selection of Project Manager. Once the project has been selected, the next is Senior Manager will choose the Project Manager to make sure the project is planned, implemented, and complete. The first rule is facilitator. The project manager must make sure those who work on the project have appropriate knowledge and resource. Second, communicator. It is about the communication between a project parties and the interest. Third, the visual project manager. For the visual project manager to success, the communication between project manager and project team must be frequent, open, and two-way. Fourth, meeting, conveyor, and jam. The two areas in the project manager communication most frequently are reports to senior manager and instruction to the project team. As the conveyor of the meeting, the project manager is responsible for taking minutes and keep the meeting on track. The project manager should also make the invitation to the meeting, including a written agenda that clearly explains purpose of meeting, include sufficient information on the project to allow the inviters to come prepared. The responsibility to the project has those three of writing responsibility to project. First, acquisition of resource and personnel. Second, dealing with obstacles that arise during the course of the project. Third, the exercising the leadership need to bring the project to a successful conclusion and making the tracks.
Project management is considered as a profession. It is because project management is a demanding job. Planning and controlling the complexities of a project activities, schedule, and budget will be difficult even if the project had the highest claim. Mastering the use of project management tools requires specialized knowledge that is often acquired through academic preparation, which is to say that project management is a profession. Next, fitting projects into the parent organization. This arrangement is a matter of company policy and usually is decided by senior management. The nature of the interface, however, has a major impact on the PM's life, and it is necessary that PM understand why senior managers make what appears to be the worst of all possible choices for the interface. Finally, effective team members in the team member have some characteristics in common. First, they must be technically competent. Second, senior members of the project team must be politically sensitive. Third, members of the project team need a strong problem orientation. Fourth, team members need a strong goal orientation. Lastly, project workers need high self-esteem.
First, the project charter. The plan should include enough detail so that the project manager is always aware of what has to be done, when, with what resource, by whom, when the work will be finished, and what deliverable the output should comprise. Second, the planning process overview. They are similar in their core to determine and compile a list of the action that must be followed to carry out the project's goal, test and validate the plan, and provide it to the user. They all employ a systematic analysis. Next, the planning process, nuts and bolts. The crucial task of creating a project budget and a detailed project schedule are left to subsequent chapter, but much of the necessary information for accomplishing those crucial tasks will come from the planning process covered in this chapter. Thank you.
In this topic, the highlight is to generate ideas for part-time program, which is how should working professional program be defined, think of way to make present program better, develop suggestion for diversification, and evaluate the ideas generated. And last but not least is multidisciplinary team, balancing pleasure and pain. Interface coordination is a term used to describe the process of overseeing how many department or group collaborate when it is applied to large, complicated project that demand input from numerous distinct department or organization. The management of integration is likewise difficult and challenging. MTs are almost certain to operate in an environment of conflict. As we will see, conflict is not an unmitigated disaster.